Have you seen this new ASMR where they squeeze sponges filled with soapy foam? But have you seen the game? It's named Pokemon. The Pokemon League is a place where you can pursue, shrink, and express it. The way to express it is simple. You just have to beat the Elite Four and the champion. You start by beating one guy over and over again until you level up enough to beat the rest of them. Do you want to go in? This is Jump and Shoot playing Legend of Zelda Lampshade of Importance. Little joke there. A reference to an old Flash game. So we are going to try to fight the fighting type? No. The dark type person first. Who is it? So in this, I'm pretty sure it's the same across Black 2 and White. Black and White 1 and Black and White 2. It's fighting Dark, Ghost, and Psychic. So, and I have two fighting types. A guy who can at least, like, since Steel type isn't nerfed in this gen, this guy can kind of go through the Ghost type person. And then these two maybe for the Psychic types. Because this guy has Crunch, and this guy also has Stab Crunch. So he won't be killed. And there's no fairy type shit going on here. So he can actually sweep, but I think he might die from other stuff. I actually don't have a plan for the fighting types. I think I might put Altaria there just for like the type resistance, but I'm pretty sure they have a bunch of rock type moves. Anyway, this episode's gonna be a little dour. Kind of on the downs, kind of a downer episode. So I've been trying to post on art on Tumblr more frequently. On this channel, I just did an art video for metal, designing the genre metal. That, like, this old idea I had from like years ago. Now with like 20 years more of, well, that's not true. Maybe like 15 or 14 more years of like practice designing characters and incorporating like other inspirations and stuff like that, and actually trying to make better character designs for all these things. And a long time ago I was in the process of using Tumblr again anyway, after like dusting it off for years and years and years, more years. Can I use Workup? Yes. I hope it doesn't have Aerial Ace, because that would be kind of very homosexual, and it does. But it's not Stab, and it's fucking Liepard, so it's okay. And I've been cleaning out all the posts I've made in Tumblr from a long time ago, and I took it down to 430 posts, up from like 14,000. Just years of just reblogging shit that wasn't even funny, just like fan art of things I wasn't even a fan of, and just like weird stuff, and just God, I like dumb other people's dumb opinions. Just, I'm so shocked at myself, honestly. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, this is my little space. I'm just gonna reblog everything that makes me chuckle, or everything that gives me like 2 seconds of thought. Just, does he have a priority move? Does he have Psycho Cut? I don't remember. He's not faster, at least, that's for sure. Like, we have to deal with the panic music. I'm so glad nobody has like Sturdy or Focus Sash or any of that bullshit. Crocodile, huh? And I'm so angry at myself. A lot of my posts, like, I was posting my art in there, but I was like, if I actually want to use this as like an art gallery blog, it's gonna be fucking hard for anyone to look for anything. And then I think in like 2018 or 19, I did go back and retag a bunch of things using the mass post editor, which is like the kind of the best thing about Tumblr, I think. And I went back and retagged things, but I didn't like delete any of the shit that I don't care about anymore, or none of the old stuff that I think. I just tagged a bunch of stuff. It was mostly for references to like inspirations for my other characters. Like, I needed references for my Grim Reaper character, who's in Alters, like the main. He's not a villain, but he's a catalyst in the story. So I was like, oh, I need a bunch of like fan art, not even fan art, but just like art of like death and skeletons and stuff like that, depictions of death, Grim Reapers and all that stuff. And then the other one is like for my character Terrence. He's based on like Steam powered stuff. Like his Steam is underground versus in the sky, so I needed art of like steampunk stuff, because that's what goes across like both his character direction. And I found a bunch of stuff like that, and I tagged them, etc., etc. Oh, these photos and art remind me of this location and so. And I tagged those. I was like, I could have just saved them to my computer with a folder, and that's what I did yesterday. I just went down. It took like fucking 2 days, because it was going across like from just recently all the way down to like 2013, 2014. That's like 10 years of stuff. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I ever just like did that. But was making me really mad at myself. Let's see, can I fight psychic person? Let's try it. I'm pretty sure I can't fight the ghost guy unless he has experience. So we're going to give this to him. Yeah, just like really old Tumblr outspoken opinions on like social issues. The thing with Tumblr is like people really like to scream in all caps, and I probably picked up on that, which is why I'm about to read some examples of my text posts. And a lot of it was just like really, I don't want to say passive aggressive, just like aggressive, like hyper liberal. I'm so liberal, but like hyper liberal scolding of whatever issue it is happening today. For example, one of them was like, this is why we can't talk about feminism. And then it was like this, because you can make like a fake chat chain where you can just write in different parties of people and you can create this like fake conversation between two groups. And one of them was like, women, this is a problem for women, as an example. And then the next one is like, men, that's not a problem. And then the next one is well, this is a problem for most women that men don't really have. And then they're like, well, if it's not a problem for both of us, then why can't we, then we shouldn't be talking about it. Like, you don't only have the problems. It was just dressing men up to be like really ignorant, which is kind of true. There was like a faction of men that were actually pushing, I think around that time, like the meninist movement, like it was gonna be a real thing, but it fucking wasn't, because it's stupid. But it was just another like, I think the term is virtue signaling. Like, oh, let's create an example of a issue we know it, like common sense is bad, but let's just make the other party look like a bunch of fucking assholes, and then just create this echo chamber. It happens across Twitter too. Just create this echo chamber of like comments being like, wow, this is so true. I can't believe some men are like this. Blah 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 blah. Just, and I reblogged it. And I think I assumed my thought process was, oh, this is making men look like in the right, because women always shoot down men when they try to talk about feminism. I was like, well, no. This is making men... When I reread it again, I was like, oh, no, this is making men look bad by comparison, because every single man refuses to talk about feminist issues. I was like, I don't know. I reblogged it, and I didn't even think about it at the time. I was like, why did I reblog this? And then I deleted it because I thought this was so bad. I came across one of my text posts talking about I think it was like one of the starting incidents of police brutality that became like really popular and widely known. It was when there was like a traffic stop and a lady named, I think her last name was Brown, tried to, or like there was a traffic stop and she didn't resist at all, but like the cop took her into the custody, and then somehow she ended up getting shot, and it's like, wow. And then there was this issue of she instigated it versus no, there was real police incompetence going on. And I wrote this like 3-paragraph rant about how, oh, well, this is just the way the articles wrote it, which is true. I think even nowadays, articles about like racial discrimination in like law enforcement, they either dress up the victim to be like it was their fault somehow, or they dress up the police officer like, oh, they were just responding to this, so they didn't know what was going on, and they just took action. So you can't be mad because you're not a cop, so you don't know every situation. And I basically said that, but then I also said, because of this, all of this would have happened anyway, whether she was black or white. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. And and nobody argued with me. Nobody told me I was like wrong for saying that, because it can't just be like, oh, this guy is psychic. I think this is where I lose. I don't have crunch on the guy, so I can't sweep correctly because payback is such a weak move. But like, yeah, nobody I followed or mutuals with told me I was like wrong for saying that, so it just kind of sat there. And that's what like a lot of my text posts were like, guys, life orb, come on, what are we doing here? It's just uncontested stream of consciousness bullshit that totally deserved to just been like shut down, or like, dude, stop talking. Nobody told me to shut up. Nobody told me like, dude, you have no notes across all of your text posts. Nobody gives a shit. Stop, please. And I totally would have. I would have been like upset about it at the time, but it would have woken me up a little bit to be like, you know what, I should stop just saying my thoughts all the time and like vague posting and just being fucking annoying. So I went through a bunch of those. I can't beat this Metagross. This is gonna be a while. So yeah, I try not to look at all of them. I try not to look at all of the comment chains anyway, because I definitely remember a time where I was defending Peanut Butter Gamer in a... Oh, I can use Cotton Guard. That's a thing. I was defending Peanut Butter Gamer when he was being argued with for lack of a better term, radical feminists. Where Peanut Butter Gamer... I actually talked about this in Mega Man Star Force, the playthrough. Because that's what I was playing at the time on this channel anyway. But, he was answering an ask saying, hey, are you a feminist and do you buy into all the female empowerment bullshit, or are you like a Gamergate? Or is this some like weird gaslighting question like that? Like, what the fuck? Who's talks like this? And Peanut Butter Gamer answered that, and he was like, well, I don't know about any of that feminazi shit that you just asked me about, but I do consider myself a feminist. And then he got a reply in his reblogs being like, actually, you can't be a feminist because you have to prove it, and you can't prove it because, being a feminist, you shouldn't have to prove it, and It's like, yeah, they asked them to prove it, but then also said you can't prove it because you should already be active. Like, you don't get to just say, because saying you're a feminist is just a fad and nobody actually means what they say. So there's not giving this guy a way out, basically. And I was like, here's why that's unfair. And I remember that whole comment chain, and I didn't see that, but I definitely remember it, and I probably deleted everything. It's like, I don't want this to be here. And then a lot of times I didn't mean to use shift gear. No wonder I didn't do any damage. Oh shit. Yeah, it's a steel type. It shouldn't even be taking that much damage. Okay, gear grind. There we go. Wow, can even 2-hit kill it. Come on, dude. Alright. Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff I was dealing with 10 years ago. You found my experience share. Time to eat some slime. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, come on! Cling Clang, you have failed me for the last time again. Just like Starscream. I should rename that thing Starscream. Because you failed me for the last time again. Well, this can't possibly go wrong. What could possibly go wrong? I do know that in this, that Metagross gives you a shit ton of experience on challenge mode. I'm surprised I even made it through that, but now I have to fight everybody else with these low-level dudes. In reading all my old text posts, like, if I could take a guess, I must have thought that just being outspoken and cynical was, like, cool, because that's how a bunch of like, I don't know who I was watching, like YouTube reviewers at the time were acting. So it was like, oh, I'm just gonna be negative at everything, that way I'm right. Being negative is cool, and I'm just gonna say, like, man, I hate things because I have an opinion, I'm cool. And like, God, I don't know how it must have sounded to everybody else I knew, but like, why didn't they say anything? Like, dude, your Tumblr posts are fucking unhinged, bro. Stop talking. So I'm just reading all these things and I'm disgusted at myself. And if I could read out some of my classic Tumblr posts, let's read out a few. So this one is, I hate mice on Max. Inverted scrolling? I mean, really? Just like highly opinionated stuff. I know that sounds disliking Max. That's highly opinionated. The answer may shock you. Damn it all! I freaking hate myself right now. Screw missing deadlines for things that shouldn't have been missed. I don't know what that's referring to. I don't like that I don't know what I'm referring to. And then next one. True, the guy came off as rude, which ruined his stance on the matter, but he's right, I agree. When, like, what was I talking about? Why was I being vague about stuff? Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting that my mouse, or my controller also controls this window. And then I wrote Mega Evolutions. What in the hell? Can you believe? I can't believe there was a time where I was actually upset at Mega Evolutions. But that's what I'm referring to. And then there's, I'm so sick of those Red Bull amateur playing commercials. Just all caps, just yelling at nothing. Young man yells at cloud. Like, I was too young to be this just stupid. And this is early 20s me. If it was like just out of high school me, like 18, 19, I can totally see myself saying this shit. But like, oh my god, like, what was my damage? And this is 2013. God damn it! The wind here keeps making this tree that is absurdly close to my window scratch against it. No notes. All of these have no notes, by the way. Okay, so and then I hated that I reblogged and tried to add things by adding comments and sentences and images and just trying to react to it. Like, I actually had a following. Like, dude, shut up. You're nobody. I just wish I... Well, I guess it's not that I wish I didn't, but, like... I wish someone let me know. Nobody told me I was being an asshole. But, like, this one I saved as an example of, like, me actually having jokes. This is one of my old mutuals, Surly You Jest. They said, how would you describe a guy who used to run a porn blog, mainly focused on women's breasts? And then they screen capped it with, like, a picture of their followers or followed accounts. I don't know. It was 8008, like, boob. Ha ha ha. And I commented saying, I thought you were going to say, after he shut it down, he realized it was all for the breast. Punsy alert. Good pun. If I do toot my own horn. But, no notes, yet again. Next one. I think the problem is I don't have as much ambition as I used to. No notes. This is 2013. So, that made me feel bad because I was kind of back to where I was when I made one of my more recent videos, like last year, when I was like starting to be unsure of myself. I was like, I don't know what to do with my life now that all of my immediate friends have moved away and are just gone. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. And I was like, wow, I said that 10 years ago and I was right back in that mindset. And that depressed me, like, a lot. No notes on that one. And then... Oh, here's what the other kinds of tweets. Tweets, god damn it. Here's one of the other kinds of things I reblogged. Like, I don't really fully believe anymore. Okay, so this is a different account. Oh my god, I'm fucking sick of this generation's mentality that your sadness is beautiful and somebody will fix you, and all this is fucking John Green shit. Nobody will find you in a bookstore reading Bukowski and want to lie with you, and nobody will kiss you for scars, and you will not be like Effie and Freddy. You got to be your own fucking hero and surround yourself with positivity. That's just like... That is just like aggressive indifference towards people who find comfort in... You know what? I kind of agree with that now, because I think irrational positivity is absolutely what made that Benny Fan 2013 shit happen. And then when that guy came out and said, actually, I was pretending to be a 13-year-old because I was pulling a prank, but everybody was so nice that I kept rolling with it. Nobody said a goddamn thing. Nobody learned their lesson about being that overly positive and giving so much attention to like one account. And everybody drew fan art of Bendy, and like, I think that's what this post is referring to. But just like the thought process this person might have been going through, it's just like, God, I hate people being so fucking positive all the time. Just like visceral, just nonsense. Like, calm down. Like, and the other thing, I never thought before I wrote things too. This guy has hammer arm, and it's gonna not be fun. Or brick break, it's also equally bad. Okay, it's okay, but Golurk is bad. I have a +1 boost, and he's gonna die. Okay. It was a critical hit. I guess we'll never know how much damage that would have actually done. I probably should have one-shot him. But yeah, I was reblogging stuff like that. Just like really just like really angry posts that I thought was like righteous stuff. Like, dude, this stuff is it's toxic something. I don't know what it is. It's like just toxic behavior. I don't know what else to call it. Like this kind of stuff, yikes. I might say stuff like this in a softer way, like, hey, maybe not dogpile on an account you know nothing about. Instead of being like, no, see, this is the problem with being positive and being nice to people on the internet. You get people, you start doing this to people who don't deserve it, and you fall for stupid shit like Baby Fan 2013. Yeah, I could have said that, but I also said, hey man, just be careful. That's what I'm saying right now. It's just like fucking be careful with that shit. Next one. How many posts can I reblog in 5 minutes before disappearing for 3 hours? I was reblogging stuff like that. I guess it's not weird to reblog stuff you relate to, but it's nothing. Reblogging text posts is like actually nothing. It's not what I would do now. I would reblog like a meme, a visual meme sooner than, or like a funny comic that somebody made, definitely over just a written out text post. Like that's stupid. Okay, next text post. What? Mocha latte Lay's chips? What's wrong with people? No notes. Like really thought-provoking shit here, guys. Next one. What if Pokemon Bait came out 2 days ago? How was I not on top of that? Flat face. Just nobody's thoughts should be this broadcasts, you know. Especially since I'm not even popular. Like, who gives a crap about this stuff, dude? That freaking next one. That freaking heart is obnoxious. I don't know what that's referring to. No notes. I want to say it's referring to the way the new heart animation worked. When you liked a post, it will like pop out and go like woohoo, and or it could like pulsate or something. I don't know, but I think that's what I was referring to. It's really dumb. Next one. I left my notebook in classroom, and the classes in there looked like they'd be too big to just walk in and go, yo, I left a notebook in here. No notes. You know, some of these, I think it was during the time they implemented, let's do 2 workups, just to, so I can use Giga Drain on some guys. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to. Bulldoze. Oh, you're lowering my speed, huh? That's super cool of you. It's supposed to be around the time they were implementing replies to messages. That way you don't have to do a full reblog. I think that's nice. That way you don't have to fill your archive with like bunch of dumb replies to other people using reblogs. You only reblog stuff if you want to like have it displayed when someone visits your blog. Like, yeah, I get it. That's a good change. It's like this special physical split in Pokemon. It makes sense. I get it. Cow can't even kill this guy. So my speed is lowered by like a lot, and that's probably a bad thing. I think a lot of his. I think this is gonna be a problem when I run into Mian Xiao. That's what's gonna happen. But like for some of these, I can see the one message reply here, but when I go look for it, it's gone. Like, oh, this must have been someone who deleted their thing. So I don't. Oh, this better not throw me out here. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, a lot of old posts I've been going through were just like reblogs from deleted accounts. So it's like, what's the point of keeping this? It's gonna use Aerial Ace. I just want to make sure. Next post. I guess I won't heal myself then. That's not how Reflex said I put up work, Bravely Default. 2 notes, 2 hearts. That's it. Someone else who plays because I tagged it Bravely Default, things will actually get picked up unless you tag them lately. So, or not even lately, but in general on that website. You could, if you wrote a text post on Twitter, it could get picked up because the way the algorithm, it picks up everything. It doesn't even have to be tagged. So if you search like a phrase or a word in Twitter, you'll find every post with that word. It might work the same way in Tumblr, but you definitely won't find much. Oh, it has bounce. That's worse. We're not letting you do that. So I'm gonna put this guy here. And yeah, I guess I was playing Bravely Default. That's a 10-year-old game. I just realized that. That was a 3DS game. I'm gonna use Thunderwave, or that'll happen. Okay. Do I have an answer to fighting types? Nope. Well, I mean, this is one, but it can't really do anything against it. Let's use Cotton Guard. Wow! That was half my fucking health. Alright then. Okay, well this should like put a stop to that crap. I'm gonna use Toxic. Oh, it's neutral! Critical hit! You motherfucker. But yeah, it's just another thing better kept unposted. Next one. This is the kind of things I was reblogging. Perfect bands don't exist. Pizza kids, we like pizza. This was memes back in 2014, and I just added it onto it saying, okay. Like I think I was in this habit of like reblogging something and then just writing okay if it was like good, like it mattered. And like when people have the option to reblog you and then take your response off anyway. So even if I reblog something and it was something that the other person liked, they could just take off my reply on it. Or reblog it from them instead. It's like, dude, what is this? Okay, I get it. Actually, no, that's deserved. Like, I'm not adding anything important when I reblog it and add something to it. Like, fucking fuck off, me. Conkelder. Alright. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die against this guy. It's fine. The next one. I'll just imagine Mr. Krabs in Shaq. I think when I actually watch Frozen, I will not be able to laugh during the sadder scene. No notes. This is just a nonsense post. I don't get it. Next one. So Best Buy. Alright, everything makes sense. I was hearing about this all day. What could this have been referring to? No notes. Like, even the people who followed me, who I talked to frequently, like, just never said anything about the stuff I was saying. And they weren't worth replying to or reblogging at all. So I can see why. But, like, I hated that all these vague posts that I did. Oh, and this is a reply, a reblog. BioShock Infinite is bad. I reblog it saying no, which means that, like, even back in the day, people were shitting on BioShock Infinite anyway. I thought that was like a new thing. I'm like, okay, maybe I guess there's a faction of people who always thought it was bad. Wait, does he have guts? I think he might have guts. Oh, he probably has a flame orb because I didn't burn him. Oh shit. Giga Drain, that guy. And I was talking about like dumb statements you say to someone when you argue with them, and one of those things was like cope. And I was talking about that guy who just told me like, first of all, everybody thinks BioShock Infinite was good. Okay, you're such an NPC, but like, you really were the outlier if you were coming out saying BioShock Infinite was fine, according to this old fucking Tumblr post. So, I think that's proof right there. Next one. Oh, you have to turn down the volume down on the thing. No notes. Another vague post. What the fuck was I talking about? Why did I say this? Why did I feel the need to say this? Why did I think somebody would fucking care about this? Next one. Where's my medal? I caught a moth with a vacuum. I was not being excessive. No notes. Another thing just best kept in my mind. My controller controls the window on the PC. What the fuck? Oh my god. But it doesn't, like, it goes forward, but it doesn't go back. Now I have to find it again. Okay, so after all of that, in 2015, I reblogged this picture. Try being informed instead of just opinionated. Which is fucking ironic, because that's all my Tumblr posts were. Just highly opinionated bullcrap. Talking like anybody ever gave a shit about what I was saying. Like, there were actually people listening to me. Like, I should have just... There's no I should have just... But, if I could just... Oh my god. I should have just attacked and said I didn't, but now I am, and everything's okay. That's all my Tumblr posts were, just uninformed, just nonsense ramblings, like, dude. And now I do informed ramblings on YouTube, and that's the difference. And I actually have, like, sources to back up what I say on camera, so... that's my excuse in the modern times, but back in the day, what the fuck was I on about, huh? Huh? Oh my god. And I was trying to think my mindset too, like back to the cynical thing. I can't remember a point in time where I was like that on camera, but it was definitely curbed that whole cynical thought process. I definitely remember shitty part in the Mighty Gunvolt video.
Boring. That was like 3 minutes of slow talking garbage. I don't ever want to talk like that again. If I do, fucking murder me in my sleep. I mean, yeah, like, I don't even know who actually talks like that. Like who actually has a fucking slow ass voice? Like it's a fucking children's goddamn TV show on PBS, like Boob Eyes or something. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't need a fucking pleasant voice to be likable, okay? I don't need to be likable, period. If you like me, good. That is... I almost got him. Yeah. Bitter, like... I don't know what I was gonna say. Cynicism wins. Cynicism wins. There. Okay.
I was like, cynicism wins! Cynicism is cool! Like, oh my god. Why would you exclaim that? You little shit. Like, what is your deal? And that's like just how I was back then. Like, I look at this and I see a different person, and it made me feel bad. Like, I was experiencing ego death, like just a very late ego death. Like, wow, I'm not that person anymore. I don't think like that anymore. I don't behave like that anymore. Even if I do, like, I'm much more rational in the things I talk about, and I make, even if it's not rational, I make sure, like, well, here's why that's a double standard, because if you say this and say that's not okay, you say this is okay, then if you say you can't say you can't say nuts and bolts is better now because you're dumb. And yeah, I'm better at doing things like arguing. I'm better at making arguing points instead of just screaming like a madman, like, I hate this, I'm cynical, like, dude, I'm not like that anymore. I mean, once you jack off 100 times, you start to mellow out. And my perspective is a lot more positive most of the time. Like, I'll make jokes about stuff that I should not be joking about. But a famous man once said, if you don't laugh, you can't heal. Yeah, so what I did was I left all the art stuff. I left all of my newer art stuff. I stopped. I just wrote out a Tumblr post, a text post, like the other day, saying, because I noticed that the layout of Tumblr is now looking exactly like Twitter. I was like, wow, they're really making it at home for people, for the Twitter migrants. Yeah, and I just, after reading all of my old tech Tumblr posts from like back in the day, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna delete this. I just wrote that out. I'm gonna delete that, because like, fuck broadcasting your thoughts just all the time. And you know what, and the other thing is, I deleted Tumblr off my phone, which made me stop being prone to just writing my thoughts out while wherever I am. And God, it's getting hot in here. And like, I only use it going on the desktop or going through my browser on my computer, and like, it really just helped me not just blurt out a bunch of shit all the time. I'm noticing that Tumblr is not that great for art in general. Like, if you're trying to start out, you know, it's not that great in general, because Tumblr is the users of Tumblr are very aesthetic hunter type people. Like, they don't tend to reblog things they think are cool, just things that are assembled conveniently in one post, whether they made it or not, but it fits their aesthetic, so they reblog it. It's like, that's what Tumblr users do, and they all just kind of like congregate in each other in their own little cliques, like DeviantArt, but in the social media sense, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, the Tumblr fandoms, that was a whole thing. Like, I never got big because I never catered to a fandom. I drew a few Pokemon fan art for a long time, and those are the most notes I ever got, like, on some things. I was like, okay, well, let's try spreading my original art. And I would tag the shit out of it, and it just would not get any traction. And the other thing that made me mad is, like, I used to post music just from my computer, and, like, I don't know, people must have thought I was a video game music blog, and then I would say other stuff, and then I don't know if they ever followed me or not, but I must have thrown them for a loop when the shit I was saying. But the first guy can't have earthquake, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use my gift of invention to save Ren. It has a lucky egg, right? Yeah, okay. I just need to get my final thoughts out here. And I've been posting art like lately, because yeah, like I said, I've never really catered to a fan, and like them. The other things I drew Pokemon fan art. I already said this, but those would get traction. The video game music would get traction, but when it came to my original stuff, none of that. Not even from like my mutuals. My mutuals. Listen to me. You had to listen to yourself. I didn't listen to myself back then, and that's why I said all that shit and got away with it. There was no auto checking self stuff going on. It was just, I'm gonna say this, and whoever gets mad, it's just, that's their problem. Like, God. And yeah, when I'm posting an original art now, that I've become much better. Even people I've talked to who follow me, just I feel like, well, my art doesn't fit their aesthetic, so not even like a heart or a reblog or a mention or anything. It's like, okay, and I don't know how the algorithm works. I know that a lot of people left Tumblr because of the not safe for work kind of strict ban. It's like, well, I can't thrive here anymore, so I gotta go somewhere else. So a lot of people left there. And a lot of the old posts I went through too, it'd be like a meme where like someone was half naked and like, this post has been flagged for violating Tumblr's terms of use conditions. It's like, wow, it's fucking Waluigi with his shirt. It's just Waluigi shirtless and like holding a rose. Okay, this is merit for flagging. Like, all right, oh my god. And now I'm back to where I was with my original art like a long time ago. Like I tagged the shit out of it like I'm supposed to. I don't have a big following, and I can't even like the people I know in real life who used to be on Tumblr don't fucking do anything. That I don't even know if they see it. They might be online as much as me. I don't know. But it just feels like I'm back to where I was. I'm posting art, or I'm posting original art, and it's not going anywhere. And I was like, originally I was going to just delete that Tumblr. And I was like, you know what, I should fix it. I said it earlier, but I should fix it. Because what I was going to do is start using Otaku. But I can't even get a following here. What difference does it make whether I make an Otaku or not? Nobody I know uses Otaku. I can't like climb with anybody else. I can't there's nobody to interact with. I can't just start out doing stuff on there. And because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna make an Otaku account, post all my things in this one sitting. None of it gets any traction. I can't promote anything. So I've been trying to do like cross promotion, like across Tumblr. Like, okay, I can post my YouTube links here, and on YouTube I could post my art here. This is the champion. She's a fucking dragon princess. The background is really cool. What do you want? What else do you want me to say? Everyone loves this fucking champion battle, okay? Fuck off. So, I hope it doesn't have Fire Blast. In fact, we're gonna do a check right now if it has Fire Blast. Yep, it totally had Fire Blast. I don't know what that means. Hydreigon should not have Fire Blast. Okay, so what does that mean exactly? I hope that means I can 2-hit kill Hydreigon with this guy. Ice Fang. Maybe it'll flinch. Or not. Yeah, I'm gonna do that on Otaku, and the same shit I'm just gonna be where I am on Tumblr, but on Otaku. It's just, it doesn't make any, like, sense to me. And I guess I'm just jealous. So, one of my other friends became, like, really popular with their art. I tried on, okay, I guess I got a little bit of traction on Instagram. And I got a little bit of, like, friendly networking going on with Instagram. But the thing with Instagram is there's no way to spread what you post. It's just whoever's following you can see it. Like, I can't remember the last time I actually browsed Instagram. Like, what the fuck does that? You just look at what the people, you just follow somebody, and then you like what they post. Like, that's it. You don't really browse anything. Fucking shit is hard. And the dumbest thing is, I have a much better time on my Not Safe for Work account on on Twitter, and I'm experiencing the fucking SpongeBob meme of like Squidward putting his face out, the Not Safe for Work, the Safe for Work art, and getting no applause. And then putting SpongeBob's hand out, the Not Safe for Work art, and everybody gives it applause. It's like, well, everybody only cares about porn. And that's a dumb mindset to have already. I don't even fully agree with that. It's just that, like, I need to be shown to the right audience. Like, I thought being on... You better fucking kill this thing. Okay. I thought being on DeviantArt would kind of help a little bit. Because on DeviantArt, you can at least, like, submit to groups and find like-minded artists. And you know what? I just don't like using DeviantArt. Especially since for a long time we were having a huge problem with AI art. And like, dude, just get this out of everybody's feed. Everyone is trying not to see this shit. And you're just putting it in the home screen. Like when they log in. Like, nobody wants to see this. You know that, right? Come on. Just get people a way out of seeing this shit. But just until recently, they actually like strengthened the filters on that stuff. But it's still an honor system at best. People have to say when they upload something, this is AI art or not. And people can still upload AI art without saying it's AI art, so it'll show up to you when you're browsing. It's like, it's still an honor system. But I guess that would be my best bet, is to keep... And I also tried doing cross-promotion on DeviantArt too. Like, I would post my thumbnails and then links to the video that the playthrough is associated with. I don't want to use lock on. Forget. Give up on lock on. Okay. I would do that. And I didn't get anybody who was like, hey, I came from DeviantArt, or hey, I came from Tumblr, or hey, I found your Tumblr through YouTube. I just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I'm too small. I'm not. I don't feel worth anything. And there it is. That's the third ego death. Just the feeling of not being worth anything. God damn it! Why does everything in this stupid game have focus blast? It's fucking Druidagon. Alright. Alright, gonna use high jump kick. Okay. But luckily, he has high defense. I have rough skin. Oh no, okay. So he's using outrage. What I should do is revive that guy. But yeah, like, the being on Tumblr on my phone just really enabled like that fucking behavior of oh, let me broadcast all my opinions all the time shit that I think is terrible now. And like, I think people who do that are fucking annoying. And it's just commenting on everything. It's just so pointless. Like, why do people try to add on to things like they're important? Like, they're fucking not. a little bit of nihilism there, if that's the right use of the word. Like, why it's just a lot of young people stuff. Okay, everybody's dead. It looks like we're just gonna have to cheese this guy. Okay, he's gonna use outrage. Yeah, it's just screw the constant status update stuff. Like, you know, and I did a little bit of that on Instagram, but they weren't like opinions. It was just like, hey, look at this weird thing I found today. And I kind of did that on Tumblr too, but it was a mix of both. Like, you can't do text posts on Instagram. That's the whole point of Instagram. But Instagram is so annoying too. Or like with like viewing stuff. Like, it was already like Twitter before Elon Musk like fucked it up, where like you couldn't browse Instagram too long without being logged in. Like, it would stop you like, hey, you need to log in before you can keep looking. Like, okay, I can't just look. Christ. And it would make it really hard to Google stuff too. If you Google something and you found an Instagram link, like wouldn't let you like go to the link. It was just being dumb. We're gonna die. And then now we have to do all the Elite Four again. And where are you? And where are you? And we're back. I had to go through this like 3 times because I weirdly enough I kept dying against Marshall because I don't have an answer to fighting types. I thought I could like try to sweep with Verizon, but Verizon is so weak offensively, and like even with swords, even with 2 workups, it doesn't like one-hit kill things. So it's like, what if I put Swords Dance there? Like it would still be the same thing. Like I can get out to a Swords Dance, and then it would just not do enough. So anyway, the point I was getting at was like when it comes to exposure, it's so hard to get attention when you're trying to just start out as an artist online. And I think the science of it is to like try drawing. Either you're good as fuck and people will blog your shit no matter what, or retweet it or whatever, and you get shared around in like Discord servers and other places where you can share links to things, or you start catering to a fandom and people discover you that way. And like, oh, this person, I know this person. They draw a bunch of Homestuck art. They draw a bunch of fandom art, Pokemon, Zelda, whatever. They ship so and so, and they draw it all the time. That's all they do. That's how those people get big. It's like I don't want to draw ship art. And you know what? Back in the day, like 10 years ago, I knew this, so I was drawing Pokemon art. I did a Pokemon art challenge. I drew 30 Pokemon. It was like pick your favorite Pokemon of your favorite type or whatever, and I did that, and I didn't get a lot of notes on all of them. I used like traditional art stuff, so I was using like pencil and paper and ink and pen. Some of them I went back to do. I went back to color as best I could at the time. I was using like Illustrator and a little bit of Photoshop. I didn't know a whole lot about what I could do in Photoshop at the time, other than just like do flat colors and then just use the burn tool and the dodge tool to like shortcut adding shadows and highlights. But like the problem with that is the burn tool always adds black, and the dodge tool always adds white, so it's not real shading and highlighting. Like over time, I just knew I figured out how to like just add the color that you want to use. If you want like a brighter highlight, just do it. Why did I try to use the tool to do it? Like I could have just done that. I don't know if Archeops is really fast. No, it's not. Archeops is so bad. Like its ability, okay, well this is gonna kill anyway because it has a flying gym. But its ability, Defeatist, which just makes it weak as soon as it loses HP. It's like it's unusable after that. I'm probably gonna have to revive Irizion because I'm pretty sure I can't kill most of these guys. But yeah, just I knew that, so I drew Pokemon art. I think I might have gotten a few notes on each one, but like the most popular one I got notes on was like doing, you know, I was doing a little bit of trend chasing. I did Pokemon crossbreeds. I did the art challenge. I did I pretty much did those 2 things at the time. I was like, well, I guess I could have done more, but you know, doing the trend of Pokemon mixed breeds, or like, but like I did Medicham and I did Wailmer, so I did that twice, and then people really liked the Death Whale or people like the flying bat whale, because I think Gen 5 was out at the time, and I crossed Whalmer with Woobat, so it was just like a whale with like a fuzzy bottom and bat wings. It's like, yeah, it was cool. That was received really well, but like as soon as I started posting original stuff, like nobody was following me, so it didn't matter, and it felt bad. So I was like, well, I guess I'll give up on doing art on Tumblr for a long time. So in the future, I started doing not safe for work art, and I was catering to a thing in which people look for. It's like people look for this thing, you know? So of course it gets traction. Yeah, so, and the thing is, like, with not safe for work art, which is like porn art, you could just draw, you could draw a Gardevoir, a Teen Titans character, Rouge the Bat, somebody from Overwatch, and call it a fucking day. Or somebody from an anime, and just call it a fucking day. Meanwhile, like, I'm trying to, I wish I could get the vibe of the artist I want to be is like somebody who gets shared around in like an art sharing Discord, in the art sharing channel. I was like, oh, I found this fool. This person does like this person personified the music genre. That's cool. Or this person drew like a little character, and they just look cool. I just want to share this with everybody. Like, I want that. Or like just the kind of the webcomic universe stuff that I draw too, like the character designs that I do. Like, I wish that stuff blew up a little bit. People don't really look for that. It's just kind of like, oh, I found this while scrolling. Okay, good, it's my turn. I just found this while scrolling and I want to share this with other people. Like, I don't care about if I have a huge following, just a little bit of a spotlight, you know? I'm small. I need somebody big who can reblog for me. And that's why big Twitter artist is correct, because you need somebody big who can just put a little spotlight on you. I mean, a lot of ignorant people, a lot of ignorant people to that mindset of like, it's not entitlement. It would be entitlement to demand that people with bigger followings share your shit, because, you know, at the end of the day, they still have to at least like it. There's no obligation that they have just because they have a big following just to retweet or reblog smaller people than them. Like, if they don't want to, they don't want to. Like, they're, at the end of the day, they're people. they like and dislike things. So, I'm not waiting for that to happen, but it would be nice if it did, is what I'm saying. I'll still put in the work myself, and it's just like share. I'm sharing my own art, my own normal art in Discords too, and or at least my friends' Discord, and both my friends' Discord. I'm doing that. I'm doing some of the work. I'm tagging it right. I'm trying to do things the correct way. I don't know what else to do. I'm like cross promoting my shit. I'm making art videos and posting the art. I'm doing both things to just get like twice the amount of eyes on it. You know, and I was sharing my Instagram links too, but then for a long time Instagram was being stupid in Discords, and just things were not showing up for a long time. But then I had to get rid of Instagram because somebody got scammed out of money because challenge mode unlocked. Oh yeah, that thing I already unlocked at the beginning of the game because I hacked it in. So, you know what's dumb about this is that you can't experience Black 2 challenge mode from the get-go because you have to beat the game and then you unlock challenge mode, but like the game is already done, so you don't get to see all the gym leader additions, the trainer changes, you don't get to see the trainers to the the bosses, like the Team Plasma characters, like everybody has a different like team, or they just have like one extra thing added to their team, and like you have to beat the game first. So like, I don't know how you would do this other than starting a new game again and then playing that on challenge mode. And then just I hate the way that works with like across White 2 and Black 2. That's the version exclusive thing where in Black 2 you unlock challenge mode, so you can give that to somebody who has White 2, and then in White 1 or in White 2 you unlock easy mode, so you can give that to somebody who has Black 2 easy mode. Why the fuck would anybody want easy mode? You get more experience and stuff in challenge mode. You get to see more things. Like gym leaders and stuff had less Pokemon to deal with, and just overall less in challenge in easy mode. I know that's the point, but like Pokemon's already fucking easy, dude. You don't need that. I thought it was bizarre, but anyway, that's Pokemon Black 2. So I'm just gonna. I'm pretty much leading a double life right now. I do feel cool doing that. I have the normal art, which I'm getting better at because I've been doing not safe for work art, and I've been like, how do I make this look good? And I'm applying that to my normal art, and I'm like cross practicing myself, and that feels good. So yeah, I'm like creating a format of like how I want to show my art to. Like I've done character portraits like in the not safe for work stuff, and I'm just doing that to my normal art. I don't know if my styles will ever actually get discovered, but I don't really care anymore. I'm not gonna say what it is, but if they find it, which would be kind of impossible, I would just. If anybody finds it, it's fine. I don't care. But I am training myself this way by learning how to draw things sexy and then making it look nice, and then trying to just apply the make it look nice part to the normal art. And I'm teaching myself all these like shading techniques and highlights and just overall construction of drawings too. Like the way I construct things is different now. Like I create a whip, I use a layer where I just like kind of rough it out, and then I draw over it with the nice outline, and then I do the fills, and then I do the highlights and shading, and then I add effects around it. Like that's how I've been doing things lately, and that feels good. I'm just I don't know if I really want to get like hardcore discovered, but just some attention, you know? What can you do? But overall, Tumblr, I'm having less faith in it because of how hard it is to start over like that. Yeah, I'm posting my thumbnails that I've been making for my videos, and like I said, doing the cross promotion that way. And you know, some of these games I've been playing are part of fandom, so I hope like those people find those and pick them up. Or people like, hey, this person drew Kingdom Hearts, this person drew insert indie game here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Fuck! I'm angry, but I'm like, you know, I can see why this is all happening angry. Like 10 years ago, I would have just written all this out and just be like, I hate everything. Everything sucks. It's like, I know why the nuance of trying to be big yourself. Like, you have to sacrifice a little bit of yourself drawing fan art and just trying to get big that way. And I don't know, it comes with the territory. And the thing is, I'm not a starving artist. I don't rely on art to live, so I think that would really hurt me if I was trying to get big and just get like what do you call it? Going viral money on like TikTok or whatever, any of that shit. I don't care about that. I'm not doing that. But all that aside, Pokemon Black 2. Wait, this Pokemon other authors of the software the first 2012. Wow, so yeah. In general, this game holds up like a lot. It takes what was good in the first game of just the structure of it, and I think you see a lot less Pokemon because since this is, you start out with basically the national dex, they kind of had a not sugarcoat. They kind of sprinkled all the different generation Pokemon like in certain areas that you would come across, instead of like in the first game where the only thing you would see is new Pokemon. So you have to be like, oh shit, what does that thing do? Oh shit. You have to actually learn the game again, and that felt awesome. To like learn, to go to like guess a Pokemon's type by looking at it and try to figure out type advantages there. And then when you get a new Pokemon, you explore its like toolkit early on, and you're like, oh, this guy works like this, I should do this, and then you get Extra Drill, and it's like, well, this guy's the best guy in the game, right? And it's just, there's a lot more. It wasn't even innovative. It was just they created a good experience this time. And then Black 2 polished all that. The story-wise, Neo Team Plasma has a larger role in this one. And, there's 2 Team Plasmas. Their rival is lame. And I think I was saying in the middle of this, like, they try to set something up with, like, the Sages, but the Sages aren't really, like, good boss-type characters. They all kind of look the same. They all wear that purple thing. I think it would have been a little cooler if, instead of fighting gym leaders, you fought the 8 Sages or whatever they are. And then they were the bosses of this game. And then you go fight Getsus and some other Elite Four type thing, and then you fight the real Elite Four, you fight the champion. What else? The actual region isn't riddled so much with HM stuff, which is nice. There's like the main 3 that you need. There's like Fly, Surf, and Strength. That's about it. I don't recall having to use Cut or Waterfall or Rock Smash. I probably did, I don't remember, but I like that there's a lot less like HM spam. Like, I didn't have to create a whole new Pokemon just to fill it up with HMs. Now I have 1 less on my team. And then you find the move deleter and move tutor like pretty early on, and at any point in time, you just come back there and just get rid of an HM that you don't need anymore at certain points in the game. That's cool. You come across the shards for the other move tutors, and you really have to farm for those by going into caves. That was not fun. I think, I don't remember. There might be a guy in this game where you trade star pieces to, and he gives you 1 of each shard for every shard you have or whatever. He might be in this game. I know he's in Diamond and I know he's in Platinum, but I don't remember if they use the shards to teach the new moves in there. But in future games, I'm so glad they just changed it to BP. There's a universal battle point that you can just use everywhere. Like, that's so much better than farming other materials. Like, goddamn. The Pokemon World Tournament is good. You get the little taste of it before you beat the game, and then you come back to it. You can fight all the other past gym leaders. Everybody has new sprites. All the music is back. It's in the Gen 5 music sound font, so it sounds cool. I want to say there was Yes, there was a Reggie's event going on, mystery event in Gen 5 or in Black 2 and White 2. You can find Regirock, Regice, Registeel, and then you get Regigigas. I think there were a lot of mystery gift legendaries to go for. There's Victini. You get like I think you could get Victini at launch. I think. I don't remember. You had to go to Liberty Island because it's like New York, it's the Statue of Liberty, blah blah blah. I don't know the significance of Victini. It's just it means victory. I don't know. And for this game's post game, you can do the rest of the Pokemon tournament thing. You can in Black 2 anyway. I don't know. I never played White 2. I just know that it has White Forest. And it's like a big like resource thing that you can expand. It's like a join avenue type thing. The more things you do, it's weird. It's like the longer you wait to go there, the more expanded it'll be when you actually go there in White Forest. So you pretty much wait to go there to the end of the game, and then it becomes really big. But in Black 2, you can go to the Black City, and then there's a whole, like, 100 floor... It's like the pit of 100 trials in Paper Mario. It's just this big thing you can go down, and there's a secret boss at the end. I was like, dude, yes, more this, please. If you're not going to have the Battle Tower fine, the Pokemon League tournament is, like, a fine substitute for that. It still has, like, some of the similar facilities. Like, you can do... It's like a little bit of a battle dome in there. It has a battle factory. It pretty much has those two like carryover things. And then there's like the Black City Tower, which I think you can still level up in. Like you still get experience when you go in there. So it's like it's a perfect place to grind in when if you don't want to go to the Elite Four like a bajillion times. And there's a secret boss at the end. And it's like challenging. It's like a roguelite in area in Pokemon. Like I love that. Yeah, Pokemon Black 2. That's the whole reason why I replay this anyway. It's just get the retrospective. Like it holds up. It's good. Gen 5 perfect. Don't anybody tell you different. That was Game Grumps playing in the background because I accidentally hit the play button. But yes, on to new endeavors.